Hey there my peeps, Grammy T from Grammy T Knows. In this video, I'm going to show you why the remove tool is becoming a go-to tool in Photoshop now. Now there's quite a bit that I want to clean up in this image. As you can see, you have this pole going across here, you have this pole here, you have these things here, which they're not, maybe this right, these things on down to here are obstructions and a problem and distractions. Then you have the trash can over here, and you have this right here, these things. So I'm going to do my best to clean up this image and see if we can make it more aesthetically pleasing. So we'll begin by adding a new layer. Always add a new layer because you want to work on your original image non-destructively. Then come up here and get your remove tool, which is right here. And then sample all layers, make sure that's checked. Now this depends on how you want to do it. If you want to make all your selections at one time, then you would uncheck here. And then once you make all your selections, then you would hit this check mark to commit to the changes. Or if you wanted to update each time after you make a selection, you just leave it checked. And that's what I'm going to do, just leave it checked. So this is my brush, and I'm going to make it a little bit larger by pressing on the bracket key on your keyboard, and then you just begin to paint. And I've done I think a couple of remove tool videos because and I keep coming back to it because I'm finding that this is my go-to now. So you see how clean that was? And then I'm going to make it a little bit, the brush a little bit larger, and I'm going to take this out and take that right there out. I don't want to go all the way down because I don't want to. What will happen is it will enlarge this vehicle and make it look kind of weird back there. So we can leave a little stump, make it look like it's just a tree there. And then, so it doesn't look like repeating patterns, paint back over it, and it just looks like bokeh. And then I'm going to remove these little poles or whatever they are. I'm not sure what that is. So it's not so prominent in the image. And this I'm going to leave here because it just looks like it's part of the scene behind them. Next, we're going to come right here and remove whatever this is right here. And like I said, if it doesn't render correctly, just paint back over it as we're going to remove this whole box. Instead of trying to take big chunks at a time, it's just so much easier and cleaner if you do it a little at a time. See how nice and clean that is? So this was my final results for the trash can. I at least removed the label on it so it's not as obvious. For some reason, the remove tool didn't work out too well for this particular object. But that's okay because for the most part, the entire image looks so much better with all of the distractions gone. Now I had just this one little piece up here that I needed to clean up, and I'm going to go on and clean that up real quickly. So check it out, before and after. So much cleaner. Now let's look at another image. Okay, so here's another image that I wanted to use to showcase the wonderful features of this remove tool. You have wires going across the scene, you got a pole, you have a vehicle. This is a farm scene that I wanted to be able to share with customers in case they wanted to have family photos taken at a venue like this. However, there were so many distractions that day. The remove tool came to my rescue. So let's see what it can do with this image. Create your new layer, come up here and get your tool. So the objects that I want to remove are all these wires, the vehicle, and the people in the scene. I just want them to be able to see the beautiful scene. So we're going to begin. Again, always make sure sample all layers is checked, and you make your decision about this, whether you want to do it all at one time or update as you go. And I'm going to leave it checked. So we're just going to go across here. And the reason why I don't do it all at one time is because sometimes Photoshop gets a little confused and it will create a mess. So I just want to do a little at a time so I get a nice clean scene at the end without it creating extra stuff. So we'll go on and grab this part and then go across here a little bit. And you can try it, go on across. I just find sometimes when you try to do it all at one time, it becomes messy. But we're still getting it done quickly. I mean, when could you clean up wires like this in between trees without it being a blob and a mess? Look at how clean that is. I think this could be a little issue. So anything that looks a little sketchy, just go back over it. Look at that, how I cleaned that up. And then we want to clean up this pole. We're going to make the brush a little bit larger so that we get it all as we're going down. Look at that, nice and clean. No blobs or anything. Now we want to clean up the people in the scene. We don't want them to see, because that's distracting. I want them to see the beauty in the place. Okay, now here's a nice big object you want to get rid of. Let's see what happens. So we're going to make the brush a little bit larger and just begin to paint. And make sure you paint all the way in. Okay, so it made a little bit of a repeating pattern here. Okay, so look at this. Here's your before and here's your after. I hope this video has been beneficial to you, and if it has been, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.